Alright, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and in today's video we are going to be going over the full LR Captain Ginyu celebration, or I guess just part 2 to the Frieza celebration technically, because it did get revealed. He is going to be dropping next on Global Dokkan. You can see here they did tweet out all of his details. I mean, I guess it's pretty exciting. If you like the Ginyu Force units, this is definitely a big W for them because, yeah, they're good. They're very, very good. They're an amazing support, especially for like the Special Pose / Ginyu Force team. So, you know, if you wanna run that category a lot, I guess this is a really good option for you. But overall, I would say this is a pretty easy skip. So the most value out of this guy releasing for most players should be his celebration details and the content that we're gonna get. More specifically, the stones we're gonna get to save for 9th year anniversary. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. First off, we've got some missions, you know, some login bonuses. Of course, that's always nice. It's just free things to get, right? All you got to do is log in, play the game, you'll get both of these things. We got some EX missions. I'm pretty sure these are paid for, so this doesn't really apply to us. We got new quest mode stages. We might have already had these quest mode stages, these specifically that are being shown right here, but I think we will get a new batch of quest mode stages for, obviously, the Ginyu celebration. It's just not going to be these exactly that are shown right here, because we probably already got these on Global Dokkan. We got the LR Ginyu's banner. Look, we'll talk about LR Ginyu first. I like this guy, or the Ginyu Force, whatever. Captain Ginyu, Ginyu Force. It's a good unit. It's just the teams, man. That's pretty much all I got to say. The teams, you know, are you ever really going to be running any of these categories? You might catch yourself using, like, Space Traveling Warriors, maybe Terrifying Conquerors every once in a blue moon, but for a majority of the time, you're not using these categories. They're just not that good. They're not really going to be linking that well with a lot of other units on those two categories because, of course, Terrifying Conquerors and Space Traveling Warriors on your best team, I mean, you probably have a lot of, like, Friezas and a lot of Big Bad Bosses units that are linking well together, but obviously they don't have that. They've got the Ginyu Force link set, which kind of does suck. I mean, it's good because there's a lot of other Ginyu Force units that have it that you can link well with, but a lot of those units aren't crazy top tier like some of the options on Terrifying Conquerors or Space Traveling Warriors. And even those two categories, I don't know, they're not like insane right now. So I would say overall, it's just this guy's teams drag him down a lot. His leader skill obviously sucks. He's a legendary summon LR. His super attack effects are pretty good though. His 12 to 14 key, he greatly raises defense for 1 turn, and then has a high chance to greatly raise attack for 1 turn. And then he gets a guaranteed stun as well, which is very good for stuff like Super Battle Road. His 15 to 17 key, he greatly stacks attack, and then has a high chance of greatly stacking defense, and then causes colossal damage to enemy. Definitely does suck. It's only a high chance to greatly raise defense, so there might be a couple fights where you just don't really see this that often. I mean, it's a 50% chance, right? It's basically a coin flip. So kind of unfortunate. It's not guaranteed stacking defense, but he at least has guaranteed stacking attack, which of course is very useful, especially just because as the fight goes on, your damage is going to be getting a lot better. And then his ultra super attack is that he massively raises attack and defense for 1 turn, and then mega colossal damage to enemy, and raises all allies attack and defense by 30% for 1 turn, self-excluded. So unfortunately, it doesn't apply to himself, but if you got him in slot 1, that's still a really good support buff for the rest of the rotation. And spoiler alert, this guy does have some pretty good mechanics built in, so you could probably put him in slot 1 majority of the time. So speaking of, let's go ahead and go over his passive. He activates the entrance animation once only, 3 key, 150% the stats, and launches an additional attack for the rest of battle. And all allies get 25% attack and defense for 3 turns from start of turn when there are 5 or more special pose category allies from the start of character's attacking turn. Like I said, good unit. It's just the restrictions, the categories, they just suck, right? It's that simple. So until special pose, Ginyu Force, you know, Planet Namek Saga, Terrifying Conquerors, until these teams are really top tier, I don't know if this guy's going to have like a great spot on any of those teams, right? Just because they're not really crazy teams. More specifically, special pose, because you can see he's got this a lot in his kit. You got this right here, you got this right here, this right here, this right here. So there's a lot of special pose restrictions, and I'll just let you look at it. You tell me if this is good. Other than like a couple Gamma units, it's just not really a good category. I mean, sure, there's a few good linking partners and a few good setups with other Ginyu Force units. Maybe Dokkan Fest Captain Ginyu, Rakumen Guldo could be kind of useful still. Where's that Birder and Jace? Yeah, them, if you get lucky with dodge, they're pretty good with their support. But other than those 3 options, this category is just not that great. So Unfortunately, that does say a lot about their kit just because their restrictions are for teams that kind of suck. So, regardless, he's got the support there, which is really good. So then this guy gets 2 key, 150% the stats, guards all attacks, and gets attacks effective against all types when all allies attacking in the same turn are on the special pose category. And then this guy reduces damage received by 7% up to 35% before attacking, and chance of performing a critical hit plus 7% up to 35% when attacking per special pose category ally on the team. So yeah, they're really drilling home this special pose category team with this guy. It sucks because, as we just saw, it's not that great of a category, but if you get the restrictions, man, this guy's going to be good. We're talking guard, support, damage reduction, stacking, and just really crazy stats. So if you get the right setup with him, yeah, he's going to be crazy. But again, special pose is just not really that good. So even in the perfect setup with him, a lot of the other units on your team probably aren't going to be that crazy, right? And then this guy's supporting special pose category allies for 25% to stats for 2 turns with an int or rainbow key sphere obtained. And then he gets another 50% to stats with a type key sphere obtained, int excluded. So that's his passive. A lot of stuff, really good. But again, you guys know my issues, just too many restrictions. Or I guess there's only one restriction. It's just have a special pose team, but it's really difficult to get that. And then this guy's active skill is that he gets 25% to stats in battle, and then he's giving all allies 15% to attack and defense, so he's even a better support after you get the active skill, which the active skill isn't that difficult to get considering most of the time you're running him on a Ginyu Force or a special pose team, and you'll never guess what the restrictions are. Ginyu Force and special pose. So more specifically, it can be activated when all allies are on the Ginyu Force category starting from the 3rd turn from start of battle, or you can get it when all allies are on the special pose category starting from the 5th turn from start of battle. So not a horrible restriction, I guess, because most of the time you are running them on those 2 categories, but it just sucks because like Dragon Ball Seekers, Planet Namek Saga, even Terrifying Conquerors and Space Traveling Warriors, those do need the help. But this guy's really only beneficial to Ginyu Force and special pose, so kind of sucks, but I guess it is what it is. He's still helping those 2 categories. It's not like they're good categories and they don't need the help. They absolutely need the help. So this is still a good release. But I don't know. I felt like they could have handled this a little bit better. Make him just a little less restricted. But it is what it is. Again, he's still good. I just don't really think he's like insane. But now, moving on to his banner. So the actual point that I was trying to get to a second ago. Yeah, it's not that good. Ginyu, as we already saw, you know, he's decent. He's got pretty rough restrictions, but okay, let's just say he's really good. He's a big W on this banner because you're probably summoning on it because you want Ginyu, right? Sure, yeah, he's good, but then there's Ribrianne, there's Bojack, there's the Vegeta and Nappa, Ginyu Force banner units, there's Beerus, there's AGL Turles, there's Champa, there's this Int Whis. I mean, there's a lot of weak units you got to go through. I'm not calling all of these guys weak. Like I said, the Ginyu Force banner units can be pretty good. They're pretty good. I mean, Bojack with his Easy A started to age a little. I don't really think he's that great anymore. LR Ribrianne can be somewhat decent, but it's just not worth it, man. This banner is just not that good. I definitely think, especially because 9th year anniversary is right around the corner, if you summon on this just for the hell of it, just reconsider, please, because we're so close to the anniversary, literally a couple weeks away. If you just hang in there for a little bit longer, save your stones, you're going to get so much more value. So again, skip. I know there's some good unfeatured LRs, but they're exactly that. They're unfeatured, so you just get the most amount of value just by skipping this banner. But anyway, moving on to the other celebration details after the banner. There's Topo stuff here. This doesn't apply to us because obviously on Global, we didn't get Topo, we got Frieza. So just completely replace this with Frieza. This has nothing to do with us. We got the category summon. So this is for the Super Easy A Go tanks, which we will go over here in a second. Don't summon on this banner either, though. This is worse than the Ginyu's banner. If you really are dead set on summoning for a banner during this celebration, definitely don't make it this one, because this one just sucks. And then, yeah, we got Dokkan events becoming available. We got sales, paid stuff, the Elder Kai banner. We got some BGMs, which is always nice. Just more stuff to do. We got more missions for the Team Ginyu Force. So, yet again, more stones, more free things to get. And then, yeah, we got the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks Easy A, his Super Easy A. So, it's pretty easy to do. His weakness is Youth, so you're going to want to bring a lot of Youth Easy Aid units. I guess we can pull it up really quick and check. I mean, Youth isn't really a great category, but this guy got his Easy A, so you got that going for you. The Int Kid Goku, he had his Easy A. He's going to be great for this event. Because remember, you want Int Easy Aid units. Int because, obviously, they'll have type advantage. And then there's like a little extra buff that you get for bringing easy aid units. So pretty much just go for that and you should be fine. I don't really think it's going to be that difficult, but maybe some players who are missing, like this Gotank's Easy A, this Kid Goku's Easy A, and a couple of these really good int units, you might struggle just a bit with this. But again, for most players, you should be alright. And his Super Easy A is really good. We're not going to go over it in this video, but it's good, right? He's got damage reduction, dodge, pretty much what you'd want with the Super Easy A unit. So definitely very good with him. And then, I mean, yeah, there was the Frieza event, because this is JP's Celebration Details, so Global, we already got this. We already got this Dragon Ball story as well. Oh yeah, there's Burst Mode. So this Burst Mode is fairly difficult, actually. The two categories you're going to want to use is Majin Power and then Time Limit. So Time Limit's a pretty decent category, but obviously Majin Power kind of does suck. So unless you got really lucky on the Fat Boo's banner for the most recent Golden Week celebration, you're probably going to struggle with this one. And then Time Limit, I mean, it's a better category, but still, it's not really that great. Both these categories are kind of small, so that's why I'm saying most players probably will struggle with this. But, you know, it's Burst Mode. It's never really been easy in the first place, but you get some good rewards, so it's at least worth trying, right? Just to get some of these stones, get some of the Zenny, all that. Next up, we got new Quest Mode stages. So, what were the things we went over at the beginning then? Oh, these are missions. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm an idiot. Sorry. So, there's missions alongside the new Quest Mode stages, so I'm assuming we would get that. Some missions and some new Quest Mode stages. More stones, always a W. We got some story events coming back. More story events, Easy A areas, Dokkan events. Yeah, and then we got these Easy A events coming back. So, these guys get their sub Easy A. Obviously, this was the Dokkan Fest Easy A, which we already got. So don't include him, but like the AGL Gotenks, the Int Topo, Physical Ribrianne, and then the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, they're going to be getting their sub Easy A. I'm not entirely sure if they're good. I guess we can briefly go over them really quick. So this Gotenks, 50% the stats, AoE, crit when facing one enemy, 150% defense, an additional when 2 or more enemies, time limit category allies, 3 key, 50% the stats. Okay, so he builds up to a 50% chance to dodge, and then he gets some extra attack as well. Alright, yeah, he looks decent, I guess. I wouldn't say he's insane, but he looks somewhat solid. And then this Topo, this guy needs to be good because Universe 11 sucks. So, yeah, 30% attack and defense for 1 turn, 110% to stats if there are 3 or more Universe 11 category allies on the team, 110% to stats on Super. Guards all attacks, and there's another Universe 11 category ally in the same turn. That's really good. Performs a crit when all allies attacking in the same turn are Universe 11 or Special Pose. And then he supports Universe 11 or Special Pose category allies for 3 key and 50% the stats, and then an 11% crit chance. So overall, pretty good. I mean, he's massively helping Universe 11, which sucks. This is one of the worst categories in the game. Yeah, this is just another level of bad. So he's helping it, I guess, but he's still not doing a whole lot. That category needs a new Jaren. It needs an LR Topo. We need a Dispo. We need like a new Pride Troopers unit. Yeah, so it needs more, but I guess this is still a good start. And then who do we got? This Physical Ribrianne. Honestly, I don't really care about her, but whatever. 80% on Super. Okay, Orb Changing. When there are 2 or more Peppy Gals category allies on the team. And she gets 22% the stats per key sphere obtained. And then attack and defense and chance of evading enemies' attack plus 22% up to 88% per rainbow key sphere obtained. And then launch an additional super with 3 or more rainbow key spheres obtained. And then she's got the giant form as well, which doesn't really matter, but we can go over it briefly. 122% the stats. Yeah, orb changing. And then chance of critting plus 22% per rainbow key sphere obtained. Alright, yeah, she seems decent, I guess. She's alright, you know. Not insane, but pretty good. That 88% chance to dodge can be pretty good on her. But anyway, we got Gohan right here. 50% to defense on Super. Raises attack for 3 turns. Okay, that's pretty good. 180% to stats. 1 key up to 3. 60% to stats. Up to 180% per Defenders of Justice or Exploding Rage category ally on the team. Performs a crit when there's a Majin Buu Saga category enemy. 180% attack. And reduces damage received by 30%. If HP is 30% or less. At the end of turn, recovers 50% HP once only when there's an extreme class enemy. Launches an additional attack that has a high chance to become a super. Yeah, not really a big fan of him. Honestly, not a big fan of any of them except Topo, I would say. I mean, this Gotenks can be decent with the high chance to dodge. This Ribrianne can be really good with the 88% chance to dodge. But you got to go through some hoops to get that. So I would say Topo's probably the best sub EZA we got here. And then, yes, Super Battle Road, which I guess is good, and then Ultimate Clash. So that's pretty much it. The main things to take away: Ginyu, good, but restrictions, bad. His banner, bad, don't summon. Super EZA Go tanks, good, make sure you do it. And then burst mode, it's going to be difficult, but make sure you do it, right? It's pretty much all I got to say. So that has been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know which piece of content you're looking forward to the most for the LR Ginyu Forces celebration, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Save for anniversary.